Our next panel, Building the Biotechnology Workforce of the Future, will be moderated by Dr. India Hook Barnard, Executive Director of the Engineering Biology Research Consortium. Please welcome our speakers, Dr. Angela Belcher, Commissioner on the NSCEB, Dr. Natalie Caldell, Executive Director of BioBuilder, and Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
That I really am optimistic. I think I'm optimistic because all of my interactions with this next generation tell me that they really have an urgency to do good things in the world, and they want, and many realize that science is the way to do it. And so we can tap into that desire to do good things for the planet, for health, for their community, to draw more people into science. And I think projects are an amazing way to do that, to give students tools that allow them to solve a challenge that's personally meaningful to them, will draw them into science, and it will be a lasting impact for them, for their community, and for their family, their future goals. I think we just doing the math, I think we also need to appreciate that there are a lot of jobs that people would very much like in science, but they are not interested in doing the long road that it takes to be a senior scientist and a researcher. And so I think that we do our communities a disservice when we present science as something that is only for the elite, and that is only for the people who are willing to dedicate many, many more years of education post secondary school. We have a really amazing secondary school system in this country. We have 90% of our citizens going to and graduating from high schools, but we only have 4 out of 10 who go on to get a bachelor's degree or higher. We can't leave 6 out of 10 behind in science. We just can't, right? So, thank you. I'll go back to the idea that was mentioned earlier that it would be amazing if we could look at cells as a, what was it called, a product, general product technology, right? If we're a pretty science literate group in here, but if you closed your eyes and imagined a cell, you all probably have pretty much the same image of a cell in your head, the one that came from the textbook that has the nucleus and the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, right? This is how we're teaching science. We're teaching science as a collection of facts to be memorized, and we do it a tremendous disservice. So engaging people in projects in community areas that matter to them. We have a really incredible proof point in rural Tennessee, in Appalachia, and you'll hear from it from the East Tennessee State University Research Corporation. They came to us for novel education content for their high school, and every dollar that came into the nonprofit for that novel educational material has spurred $100 of economic prosperity in the region, and they now have state government factoring in this into their research plans, and local university putting undergraduate majors in. What's super interesting is that they already had a lot of capacity, and so literacy is also connecting what we know to what we want to do. And Tennessee has a great history of fermentation and distillation. That is really getting them very far down the road in bioprocessing, right? So, and that's true across the country. There are natural strengths in all of the regions. And so I think connecting it to what is local, connecting it to what is personally meaningful, using our secondary school education system to enable individuals to go off into the world and do good things. That would be my dream.